YouTube channel of the National Academy of Geosciences, Nagpur. Today we are discussing the UPSC Geologist Pre-examination General Studies paper. This paper was conducted for the first time for this examination, for this particular examination, Geoscientist exam, in the year 2020. From 2020, UPSC has changed their pattern to conduct the examination of the geoscientists. Earlier, they used to have only the paper of geology, hydrogeology, which included English as well. But from 2020, they have shifted their focus with pre plus mains plus interview format. Now, for the first time in 2020, we have seen these papers. Okay, now this examination includes GS paper as well as geology paper. Now, we as students of geology are very much familiar with this portion, but this paper, the general studies paper, can be a nightmare for us. So, with the detailed analysis of the paper, of the previous paper which was taken by UPSC, we will be telling you which areas to be focused or which areas are must to read, and we will be going as subject wise. So, starting with the first ever subject which is given in the syllabus of UPSC, and that is the general awareness or current affairs. Okay, now this topic, current affairs, is a very versatile and dynamic topic. It do not have any specific syllabus. We cannot bind these topics or this kind of questions in one set of syllabus or one set of book. But we have to read the newspaper daily. We have to go through magazines. As we have seen in the previous year, the number of questions which were asked in general awareness were 10. Okay, so there were 10 questions which were including this general awareness. Okay, apart from this 10, we had static GK, then world GK, which is the international current affairs, some government schemes like Ayushman Bharat, scheme, which were discussed. Okay, so all in all, what we have to focus on in current affairs or in general awareness, we have to go for static GK, we have to go for general studies from the world or the general knowledge of the world, and we must focus on this portion. We must focus on this portion, the government schemes. The important government schemes are so much important that in this paper of 2020, they have asked about 3 or 4 different kinds of government schemes. So be prepared for that. Coming to the next, the second subject or the second topic, which is history of India. History of India includes the freedom struggle as well. Okay, so the history of India is not just from the 1857 to 1947, but it includes all the parts of Indian history, that is ancient, medieval, and modern. Okay, for example, in the ancient history, in the ancient portion of the history, they have asked about the famous books and their authors. Like there was a book, say Ashtadhyayi, the book which is, or this Sanskrit text which is called as Ashtadhyayi. Who wrote this book? Who has written this book? Or they might have, they might give you the question like Ashtadhyayi in bracket or in front of it the name of the author. Which of the pair is correct? Which pair is wrong? Okay, so be prepared for such kind of questions. In medieval Indian history, they can ask you about the kings. The majority of the medieval history of India is dominated by the Muslim rulers. So we must be prepared for these medieval questions. And in modern history, in modern Indian history, we will study or we will face the questions regarding the freedom struggle. Okay, so be prepared. Now, in the history of India, we have seen 16 questions. We have seen 16 questions last year. Next is Indian and world geography. Now, this is again a very crucial subject to study for. Okay, in 2020 we have seen 11 questions. Okay, we have seen 11 questions, from which 6 were from the Indian, 6 from the Indian geography, and 5 from world. Okay, so in Indian geography, they might ask you about the state boundaries. Which state shares the boundary with another state? Say, for example, if you are living in Maharashtra, Maharashtra shares its northern boundary with which state? Maharashtra shares its western boundary with which state? Or they might ask you which state is dominated by which of the following rivers? Say, for if you are living in Uttar Pradesh, which river is the most dominant river in Uttar Pradesh? So you may expect questions like this. Now, come to the next part of the paper, which is Indian polity and governance. The Indian polity and governance. Now, this portion of Indian polity and governance has got 12 questions. It has got 12 questions, and they have asked about the constitution, they have asked about the polity, they have asked about several laws which were passed by Honorable Parliament, they have asked about some of the judgments which were given by Honorable Supreme Court and all. Okay, so polity, the Indian polity is not a static topic. It is never a static topic like history, like geography. Indian polity is a very dynamic topic. You have to make sure that you are reading polity well, as well as you are coalescing with the current affairs as well, because the Supreme Court judgments are very crucial things when we are studying the polity. Now, we will be looking at the next topic which was asked in the 2020 GS paper, and that is economic and social development. Now, this economic and social development portion of this GS paper has covered 11 questions. Now, do not expect that the economic portion or the social development portion will include the questions from budget, the questions from economic survey, or the questions from depression, the questions from share market and all. Even the agriculture sector is included with these topics. So do not leave or do not ever overlook the agriculture sector, the agricultural events and all. So that is important by the economic point of view. Next portion is environmental, ecology, biodiversity and climate change. By far, these are the most important topics for the world right now. The environmental ecology, the biodiversity and the climate change. These are very much hot topics to study for. And the UPSC Geologist exam has seen a whopping number of 30 questions. By far, this is the largest section of the entire paper. So, it has received some 30 questions all in all for the entire question paper. Now, okay, so from environmental ecology, how the questions will be asked? The questions will be asked as which of the following beach in India has received recently the blue flag certification. Now, it is very much important for you to know which is the blue flag certification. What is blue flag? How the blue flag certification is obtained and all. Now, this is the question from environmental ecology. From climate change, there are various conventions which are going on in the world. We need to be aware of these conventions, and we must have the knowledge of these conventions with the environment, static environment, with the current affairs as well. So this is the environmental ecology part. Now, the last part of this paper was general science. Now, the general science portion which you have studied till your 10th or max to max 12th. These general science was including physics, chemistry and biology, having 10 questions each. There were questions from the basic science portion, from the general science portion, and they were testing your basics of the science, as the minimum eligibility of this post for the post of geologist is MSc, that is Master of Science. So you must know the basics of general science as well, not just geology. So all in all, this was the entire paper which was designed by UPSC. This paper included several questions like this, but it is not static that the UPSC will set the same pattern of question paper this year also, because you know that UPSC also means Unpredictable Public Service Commission as well. Be prepared as well, be prepared, and all the best.